Hello, hello. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Jens, Healer, Liz, Jenny, Carmen, Spring. It's in the music, Sweetie Darling, T Bar, Paisley, Dan, Donna again, Patty, Sandy, Edith, Ava, Julie, Sonia, Denise. Thank you for coming on into the prayers. Thank you, Pamela. Good Samaritan, Rhonda. It's going by fast. Ooh, it's busy. Hi, everyone. So, needless to say, I didn't have COVID, but let me tell you, yesterday I wasn't like achy or sick like that. But oh my God, I sneezed, and my nose was just running. And my friend Dan said it's probably pollen. I think he's right because yesterday we had like those 40, 50-mile-an-hour gust winds. So I think that's what it was. I am feeling better. Thank you. I'm not coughing and sneezing like I was. It was awful. But listen, yesterday was a bad day. So I find out a dear friend of mine, her son committed suicide. And I also found out that another friend of mine lost her uncle. So it's just, what does the queen say? Anus horriblies. So, I have to, oh, there's Maine. I bet it's cold in Maine. Santa Ana. Yeah, Santa Ana winds can be bad. Yeah, and it's hard because I know they're not really dead, they're still energetically vibrating. But sometimes even like the suicides take a little longer to adjust. This guy had had a lot of troubles in his life. He was like, I think he was in his 40s. So that drug abuse is just so hard to overcome. Hey, Jay Roberts, thank you. Oh, it's going to freeze in Texas, Edith? Prayers to Texas, you guys. First thing, prayers to everybody getting the bad weather. May the light of the sun engulf and warm you. May the higher powers bring, no power outage, that you can be at peace, that you can be warm in your home. So, yay, Patricia. It's raining right now, huh? Kentucky, too. It's going to be 70 out here. Hey, Justin's mom. I'll be honest with you. When it's winter, I like cold. I like it to be cold. I don't like hot weather in winter. Oh no, Marianne has replacement issues. Did she send in? Well, if she didn't, I'll put it on the back page. Okay, so you guys, let's start. Let's It's cold in New Mexico too. Girl, snowing in Colorado. Thank you. Colorado needs the cold weather. Colorado needs the cold weather. Yeah, it's in the 30s here at night. Donna was just saying in San Diego, it gets really cold. T Barb says it goes from 60 to 30. Yeah, it's been 30s here. I'm real cold in the morning. So, but I get my nice gas fireplace going, and I get my robe and my big ass slippers because I got to go out in that cold and throw the BALL for you know who. Oh, Jamie said they're going to be below zero. Yes, we need to pray for anyone that's lost a child or anyone to suicide. We must. We must. And, you know, we can't determine. Sometimes I can be hard on someone that's coming to me. I remember this one client, not patient, came to me. Oh, I'm just going to kill myself. I've decided I'm just going to kill myself because, everybody will be much better off. A real pity pot kind of energy. I'm like, my child who's not even talking to me and all, but that's going to make her feel better, right? You committing suicide. Nothing like head tripping everyone. Basically, it's sort of like I'll teach you. I'll teach you. So sometimes it's hard for me because I want to say no, no. But the other thing is we can't stand in their pain because yeah, a lot of us, probably all of us, had thought every once in a while, geez, maybe I'd be better off. I remember driving down the road thinking, just drive off this cliff. So we can go through. Edith, did you write in a prayer? But we're going to give prayer for Edith's husband, Mike, with his liver. Poor guy. Okay, so V said, prayers for all Americans of goodwill. Wish good thoughts about keeping a strong democracy and loving our neighbors. Thank you, V. Let's do a good prayer for President Biden, Vice President Kamala. Let's pray for Russia and the Ukraine, that we have peace. Anybody hear about the Irishmen? We'll pray for the Irishmen's too, or women's, and that they have a good bounty with their fishing. Healing prayers for Mildred's son to have the strength to face whatever happens with the he's got chondrosarcoma, which is returned to his shoulder, may cause him to lose his arm. Oh yeah, Mildred, big prayers for your son. Rosa, prayers that her daughter gets her 3 kids vaccinated, and prayers that her son Dominic stays sober. Oh, also I want to tell you guys that my son got his booster. My son Jeff, who never complains about nothing, he really, hey lucky girl, he really got sick. I mean, he said he was freezing cold. He never complains. And he didn't hardly get any sleep. Yesterday, I was so worried about him because, like I said, he could be dying and he wouldn't even reach out to me. So I kept checking on him, and he got better. So I haven't heard this morning. I'm letting him sleep, or this afternoon. He usually doesn't wake up till 4. Okay. So prayers for her daughter. The 3 kids get vaccinated. Dominic stays sober, find a job, and good, healthy woman to help him be the best father, husband, brother, and son. Aww. Okay. Mashed M. Prayers for her mother to get out of the hospital and come back home. Okay. Phyllis, healing prayers for her non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and for her highest good and highest good of others at this time. Also, FYI, cousin Regina got to her son's house. She finally got exited out of the hospital. So she's so happy. And I sent her a suction machine before she ended up in the hospital. She wrote me today and said, the suction machine you sent me is better than the one they provided. So she's very happy. Okay. Phyllis, healing prayers for, Kathy, healing prayers for her daughter, 32-year-old best friend, Jordan, who has 3 brain surgeries for cancer in the last 4 years. And now the cancer's come back again. Poor guy. But there's no such thing as death. Oh no. Donna said there's South Dakota had their first COVID death of a child. Oh. And we can all get vaccinated, but the kids are just now being open to get it vaccinated. I'm so sorry. Hey, pure visionary. Okay, Ellie, healing prayers for a risky retina surgery she's having on February 24th. Okay, you're going to be fine, Ellie. Armina, healing prayers for physical and mental relaxation for her sister, who's been paralyzed for more than 60 years with a multitude of serious health issues and difficult coping. And Armina, it's so weird. Some human beings decide to come back and partake in the suffering. So it's some sort of energy, because whenever she crosses, she'll probably have paid off a lot of debt. But there's some people who choose to come back and partake in this suffering. Bridget, prayers for her family, and her neighbors, and their whole community who lost everything being caught in the Marshall Fire in Colorado. Oh no. That they will be able to rebuild, which they will. I hope they all made it okay. Prayers that they make good choices as to start over. Prayers they'll be able to find some of the precious things in the ashes, lost pets found. Prayers that the community will quickly heal from this trauma. And prayers that will figure out how to mitigate the effect of climate change and heal the earth. It is such a shock when you lose everything. And I read for a lot of people lost everything. One thing about losing everything, you realize that actually nothing mattered. Sure, pictures and stuff. You know what's cool now? We've got the iCloud. And I'll tell you, the 3 times I got told to leave here due to fires, I didn't even really pack but some undies and one pair of pants and a couple of tops. I wasn't worried about the clothes. I was worried about all my pictures, my films of my family, because those, that's why I go to iMemories and put everything on there. DJ, healing prayers for her 31-year-old son, that he gets the help he desperately needs to have a good life after being diagnosed with bipolar age 12. As they get older, they get a little bit stronger. That's the same with paranoid schizo. Aya, healing prayers for Hope G, and healing prayers for Aya herself. Carol Ann, healing prayers for age-related wet macular degeneration in her eyes, and prayers for a new drug therapy to slow down the bleeding in her eyes, so she doesn't have to get so many shots. Oh, Carol Ann, I'm so sorry. So it's chronic. Okay. Hennessy, healing prayers for the hole in her friend Ruby's foot due to sepsis. Without a solution, he might lose his foot. My mom had a hole in her foot and her hand, and they did a lot of work. I hope I got everybody. Who's this? Jay Roberts? Yeah, I got you. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, Ann. So we got the whole Maria. It takes work. I'm going to tell you, it takes soaking and work. I once worked on a patient with a decubiti you could put your fist up in. And listen, we had her in a step down unit. By the time we were done with her, she was totally healed up. But shame on that place she was at. She was in one of those homes. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pay attention. And thank God she wasn't with us. She didn't understand what was going on. Maria, healing prayers for her 13-year-old nephew, Marco, who is battling, and healing prayers for her. Healing prayers for her 13-year-old nephew, Marco, who is battling, but there's nothing there. And healing prayers for her 23-year-old daughter, who's battling breast cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. Vanessa, healing prayers for her daughter to get diagnosis and treatment for her decades-long knee pain. Prayers for her son to have tenacity to follow his goals and dreams. Prayers for her husband to have better health this year and successful neurosurgery with no complications this time. And prayers for her family to be protected from their vicious and cruel neighbor who has been harassing and attacking them for the last 5 years. May she move away. Oh, God, that is so. I tell you, you're afraid to complain because you're afraid that they're so cray-cray. Amy, prayers for Celine Dion's health. Oh, I hope she's okay. Susan, healing prayers for her friend Tessa's very large and invasive tumor in her eye that is inoperable. Damn. Elizabeth, healing prayers for her friend Stephanie, who is not handling her dialysis very well, and prayers that she receives good news and finds a donor. I don't know why, but I feel like she will get a donor. Don't ask me why, Elizabeth. I feel like it'll happen. Becky, healing prayers for Bob H., who has prostate cancer, and John W., who has esophagus and stomach cancer. Candy, healing prayers for 21-year-old Claire, who is ICU experiencing serious heart and circulation complications from COVID. And I talked to a client today that actually got that long-term COVID, got diabetes and all kinds of stuff. Geez, that stuff. Like I told you, my son, who never gets sick, he had both Moderna injections. He had the booster, and shockingly, he got, he was chilled to the bone. He looked bad. He felt terrible even yesterday. He was just rallying. So, Carolyn, prayers that she sells her house for close to the fair asking price and the unit comes available in her retirement community. Ellen, healing prayers for her brain and eyes to match up so her double vision is corrected. I imagine that is just, I imagine you probably only want to look at one eye out of one eye. I don't know. Anyway, hey, Ron, Unconditional. Thank you. Colleen, prayers for her sister-in-law and her sister-in-law's brother who took his wife's life. Whoa, and his own. Prayers for their teenage children who were there, escaped unharmed, and the rest of the family. I have a friend out in Benicia that right a few doors down, some guy killed her and himself too. It's just horrible. Tina, prayers that she will get her temporary residency in Mexico. Rhonda, prayers for her sister who is frontline hospital worker and disrespected. Oh, poor baby. Prayers for Rhonda and her husband's health. Prayers for her son to get a good job and their own place. Healing prayers for her mom's heart from old hurts. Prayers for all the negativity to stop. Without the darkness, you cannot see the stars. So sometimes the stuff that looks so bad there's reasons. And even though we got these craze here and all this crazy, in this, we will become better people. Like I thank my cancer all the time because it brought me here. Michelle, healing prayers for the health and vitality of her stepbrother Vince and teen daughter Emily, who were both burned by an exploding pressure cooker, and prayers for their peace of mind that all is well and seeing the way towards financially as he lost his new job due to the injuries. Okay, he'll get another job. Sherry, prayers for her old dog Spanky, who's losing his hips quickly. Aww. And for the success with the new puppy. Teresa, prayers for a follow-up CT to check the cleared area after she lost her left eye to cancer. God, there's a lot of eye stuff going on. Hey, TK. David, healing prayers for their dog Sam, who and his continued health. Marionette, healing prayers for Jennifer M. Bezzadi, William, David, Andre. Jane, healing prayers for Mo to overcome his mental fixations. Denise, healing prayers for her 5-year-old unvaccinated grandson who's been exposed to COVID. Sunflowers, healing prayers for her daughter Lindsay and 6-year-old unvaccinated granddaughter Avery, who both have COVID. Oh, mostly these little kids, they do make it. My grandson had it and, barely had anything at all. But sometimes that doesn't happen. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, baby doll. Catherine, healing prayers for her dad's recovery after double bypass surgery this month. He gets through this, he'll be fine. And another Catherine, healing prayers for love, light, and healing to her mother, Rosanna, who has undergone an emergency appendectomy, has been sick with type 2 diabetes for a long time. Marie, healing prayers for Beck from Iman and Beck YouTube channel, who's been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. Healing prayers for Beck from Iman and Beck YouTube channel. Is that Becca? Stage 3 breast cancer. Oh, well, I had 3. She might get through this. Oh, hi, Nicole. My daughter Nicole's here, you guys. Hi, sweetheart. I was just talking about my grandson, saying how he got that COVID and he got through it like a champ. Oh, and her dad, he couldn't go to Hawaii because he tested positive. No vaccination or anything, right? He got it. And what did he have, a runny nose or something? He had just one, very blessed. Maybe it's the Russian. But anyway, but the thing is, he kept testing positive like days later. I think you can test positive for up to 21 days. My baby, Nicole. I'm taking my grandson to Disneyland in September. And Nicole's happy that he'll be happy. Eva, prayers for Diane to get pregnant, prayers for the health of Harley and Eva with diabetes and Caesar with a hernia. Nicole, healing prayers for her husband, Michael, who has ground glass lung. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up. And for her daughter, Gabby, to be allowed to transfer to another school because of bullying. Oh, poor baby. Mary, prayers that she can reach a decision whether to sell her condo in San Mateo and move somewhere she can afford before an earthquake hits Northern California. Well, it's going to be more central California. And the other place I'm feeling is in Washington and Oregon. So, okay. So don't worry so much, Anne, about Northern California, okay? Pauline, prayers for Linda G and her family. Prayers for Polly Meniere's disease and that for Polly's Meniere's disease and that she can be there fully for her son with autism and participate in life. And prayers for Laura E that her self-esteem and weight issues be brought by child trauma are resolved. Janet, prayers to remove blockages and negativities holding her back as she passes an exam for second credential to land a job. You'll pass. Jennifer, healing prayers for her niece Sarah to stand up and walk again. And to find the right medical professional for her recovery from functional neurology disorder. Wow, I have to look. You guys got all this new stuff. I don't even know what it is. Sherry, healing prayers for her unvaccinated 9-year-old grandson who has COVID. Well, my grandson's 8, flew right through it. Prayers for you too, Sherry. Josie, healing prayers for the family and 3 young children of Carla, who's been diagnosed with early stages of acute polymolectic leukemia. Starts chemo January 31st. I think she'll be okay. And healing prayers for Justin, who is newly diagnosed with ALS. Oh, and for Linda G's cousin Regina. Thank you, guys. Doris, prayers for good health and financial blessings for her father's house to get fixed and for her sister Yvette to have financial blessings. We could use that, let me tell you. Trisha, healing prayers for her friend Carol's husband Sal, who has leukemia and recently developed lymph node swelling in his throat, and prayers for Carol too. Ooh. You know, they got these drugs now for leukemia that are just really helping people. So don't give up hope. Suzanne, prayers to get help to get back on a healthy track as she will be 70 in 2 years. Oh yeah, girl. You rocking. Hey JL, thank you. Eva, prayers for Eric, who is in a religious cult, and for Caesar, who is being harassed at work. Okay. Connie, healing prayers for a tiny baby in Sonoma County and his mother, who has pulmonary embolism in both lungs after emergency C-section 2 weeks ago. Oh, that happens too. And the fact that she's still alive is a good sign. Jane, prayers for her friend Jeff to get back on his feet financially and help him get his unemployment benefits from the state. Michelle, prayers that the atypical ductal hyperplasia in her left breast is not cancer. And healing prayers for the pain in her left shoulder, arm, and neck. Okay, baby. And think positive. Bobby, healing prayers for her son's girlfriend, Morgan, who has a variant, and that Bobby's son doesn't get it too, as they both can't get shots. Connie, prayers for financial miracles like money coming from out of the blue. Hey, listen, someone wrote me and told me that I had done a prayer for finances, and I think I read her too. And by God, I told her, you are going to get money out of the blue. She was like, what? And something that had been filed years earlier finally came through, and she got a chunk of change. So that was good news. Cheryl, healing prayers for recovery of her church friend Bill's 13-year-old son, who is currently not medically considered able to recover from COVID pneumonia. Oh, it's so sad. Gina, prayers that her husband Matthew's biopsy will show only normal results in good health. Okay. And that's it. All right. Are you guys ready? Now, listen, I need to pick the winner. So I think I won't do it on the prayer link. I think I'll do a regular video probably tomorrow. I was actually supposed to do something tomorrow and it's been canceled, which is good news because then I can do the regular video link. And what else was I going to do? And I need to do the members. I think I have mediumship Thursday. I think I'll do the members Thursday. Now, I wrote down Marianne in here. Was I supposed to do a prayer for Marianne? Marianne, we pray for you and yours. Oh, prayers for Vanessa Rose. Hey, Connie. Okay, you guys. So put your master in there, whoever it is. If it's Jita, Buddha, whoever you want. It's always for me, it's Jesus. And I want you to breathe. Ready? 1. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. You know, so just breathing can make you feel so calm. I'm watching this Apple TV show called Invasion right now, and that one of the mothers in that show gets her children to breathe. It's very important. Okay. So I'm asking that we release the healing from all of us. You know what I just saw? I saw like everybody's hand out like this and like a stone, like a healing stone. And it all converges into one big blast. And then the prayers go out. So we're going to start off with the green for healing. We're going to do blue. We're going to do magenta. We're going to do silver. And we're going to do gold. Yeah. Are you ready? Boom. Thy will be done. Boom. And those pebbles too. Don't forget, I see these little pebbles. These little tiny pebbles. I don't know what that means, but healing prayers, everyone. I don't know why this seems to work. I keep getting really beautiful messages from you guys. And unless you say that I can share it, I won't share it. But if you say you can share this with others, then I'm going to share it if you don't mind. But and of course, I'll block your name out and your bank account number and stuff like that. Okay, you guys. So what we'll do, I'm going to announce my membership people tomorrow, and I'll do a video tomorrow. Oh, Star. Thank you, Star. Thank you, sweetie. I was just going for my tax records, going through all the places that we donate to. And we need to probably, the thing is, I don't trust the cancer people. I just feel that I don't know. If anybody knows a real good cancer place to donate to, I don't give to the American Red Cross or the cancer. Somebody whose overhead isn't that much, because there's a lot of cancer here. So thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. And hope, there's definitely hope. And we got stuff to talk about coming up. There's some things that I've been feeling. They're saying now a lot of things in pub. Hey, Paula, thank you, sweetheart. There's a lot of things that are getting ready to occur coming up. So, love to all of you. I'll see my members, and I'll probably do a regular video tomorrow and announce the membership winners. Not the membership and the regular winners. Okay, you guys, I love you all. Magnolia Spiritual House. Oh, I love the smell of magnolias. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Starlight Worker. Thank you, Greeter. Dan. Lucky Girl. My daughter, Ron. Ron Unconditional Love. Love you all. Jane, thank you, Jane. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the prayers from my son, Jeff, too, you guys. Thank you. Poor guy. Okay, Debbie wants prayers for her husband, Roy, who has severe spinal stenosis. And listen, future prayers, you're going to send them to me at grindle9103@gmail.com. You're going to and put prayers in the box there. And then my sister, thanks to my sister Deborah, she takes them. She copies them all off and gives them to me as a prayer request. Okay? We had several pages here. And the next time won't be this next Tuesday. It'll be the Tuesday after. Love you all. Thank you, guys. Oh, before I go, I want to tell you, I did break down and get that other tostadas and pineapples of down cake. It's all turned in, and my person is fixing it. But I've got my camera so doggone high, so I got my new stuff today. So if you'll just bear with me. I don't know how she probably gussied it up, but Linda G can cook. Thank you, Jane. And I'm going to start picking out recipes, from the books that some of you've sent me, some I've bought about ex-presidents, their favorite, mostly like Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. I'm talking the old stuff. We'll check it out, see if it's any good. All right. Love you all. Cheers.